Hey everyone, this is Green Laser 73 with Slay by Comment, and we are going to watch the final boss of Act 3 go down in real time. Magnetism, picked right there, of course, being the MVP of this combat. It picked up the run, put it on its back, and carried us with all the right cards at all the right times. It'll be fun to watch that play out in real time here. This is a longer combat, so hopefully I'll be able to remember everything. And if not, you won't be seeing this video. I do have references up in front of me if I need to stop and look at those. Please be forgiving. We are off to the races, and there goes Magnetism. Rhythm with the Tism. So we got lots of effects triggering before we hit turn 2. The Violence to thin or draw pile. And so painful here to get Crippling Cloud right after we kill one of the cultists. But you know, we turned out fine, so it is okay. First apparition going early, only on turn 2. Keep the leg sweep for defense next turn, because I believe this is a big hit coming for the first time. The jack of all trades that started Jax to the max. Probably one of my favorite memes from this run. Toss accuracy here and keep adrenaline. Floating to energy, but we don't want to be using either of those cards we still had. Take the 1 damage, enabling our perfect meat setup at the end. And starting this turn with Dagger Throw. Toss out those powers. We don't want to be playing powers yet. Oops, I spoke too soon. Guess what? We do want to be playing powers. We just play power after power. Turns out it doesn't matter when you've got 5 dexterity. Discount our eviscerate. So fun little trick. When you discard cards, the order does matter. There we go. You just got to swap around to make sure that those stay in the order that they were put in the instructions, because otherwise that will change the result of the combat after the reshuffle. So, little save there, and little snippet I got to keep in mind when going through. Pretty much always discard the apparition first, although I don't know if that's universally true. It's funny, I couldn't recite these plays to you, like, just off the top of my head, but when you see the set of cards each turn, it feels very, like, immediately obvious what the right ones are. Not because the plays are obvious, but just because the recognition memory is stronger than the recall memory. Which, hey, did you know there's 2 different kinds of memory? Recognition and recall. Anyway, keeping the quick slash. Pop him there, and then that gives us leg sweep to defend into transmutation, giving us Dark Shackles. The future looks bright. Hang on to some damage. This turn starts with backflip. Dig further with Dagger Throw into Reflex. In places where you're just discarding 1 card, it can be a real pain to get the cards rearranged correctly if you click to discard the wrong one, which is easy to do when your card or when your hand has like 10 cards all the time. Which the amount of draw and deck manipulation is just insane for this deck. Like, with well-led plans now in particular, we kind of just always have what we want. There's that quick slash again. Block up. We smack down. And then alternate between the 2. Calculated gamble, or calculated Campbell if it doesn't give us what we want. Remains in hand. This madness being less than helpful. But thankfully we had the energy to play what we wanted anyway. And we just have sadistic natures all over the place this turn. This hand we want to entirely trash. And here is the go moment. This is where we kind of pull the trigger, throw down powers left and right, and there's no turning back here. Just got to lay it all on the line. A really cool play from the community here, keeping the Survivor and taking 4 damage, discarding 2 zero-cost cards that we could have played, knowing that Survivor would be more valuable to us turn over turn. Quick dagger, right. Dump the Hand of Greed, because man, we're so far from the end of the combat, right? Oh, well, it's closer than you think. And more powers into the Awakened One. Plus 17 strength at this point. That is crazy. Get our attacks out so that patience will work. And then from here, though, we are just defending, putting Gamble at the bottom of our draw pile, and keeping Apparition easily at hand. Alright, pretty much we get exactly what we want here. Kill the Awakened One the first time with Dark Shackles for style points. That's pretty cool. And then Sadistic Nature, because now we can finally play powers for free. And keep the Apparition. I don't know why, but I got it stuck in my head to play the Apparition, not keep the Apparition. And so many days when I was coming back past that point, I would just throw the Apparition down and be like, wait a second, he's not even attacking. What in the world? So that would be the point where I start the run over. Okay. Enlightenment. Strike. And then I think we just play left to right here. Go straight. The defend being entirely unnecessary, but it is in the instructions, and it could change the draw order, maybe. I don't know. Because now it's discarded, I guess since we're keeping good instincts, it would be discarded at the same time. But hey, that's the attention to detail I try to bring. Still playing that defend. Alright, now we're getting into the turns that are a little less familiar. This is prepared into defend reflex. Yup. And then I am going to check. Just to be 100% sure. Don't want to mess anything up. And there's a lot of cards in hand to remember. So let's see y'all. Always sort by top, not best. That can sometimes change the order. Alright, so we start with good instincts. Shiv, blind, now let's come back. Back, flip it. Dagger throw, getting rid of leg sweep. Into a baller transmutation. Huzzah! Alright, so transmutation gave us exactly what we wanted. And now we shall play a couple cards before we hit Apotheosis, which I thought was very interesting. But I always have to scroll down in all the different responses from this day because everyone was just celebrating and what have you. Lots of upvotes there. But now we've got, oops, click, there we go. So New Deep Breath is first. I like that. That was specified. Then the Eviscerate. Magnetism. And now Apotheosis. I'm trying to remember if we were worried about killing too fast. Even from this distance. Blind comes after that, and we because we drew Hand of Greed, end turn and retain it. Confirm. Okay. Almost certain I did that right. This next hand will look different if I didn't, so yeah, we good. Okay, so magnetisms aplenty, magnetisms abound, and we are going to start with Shiv, then dash, leg sweep, into Purity, which is going to get rid of Sucker Punch, magnetism, and Forethought for us. I still think we should have played it for the meme. We play Impatience just to dump it, and then hit Expertise. Alrighty. Getting close to the end here. We don't want to play the Sadistic Nature because we don't want to kill too fast. Which again, I feel like we go into all these combats just terrified of even surviving. And then we end them like, oh, we don't want to kill too fast, we gotta stall for perfect this and that. Forethought goes to both Defend and Survivor. And we simply end turn, retaining our Hand of Greed. I think this is the hit that gives us perfect meat setup. Yes, indeed. Check us out, looking good. Okay, so now we are up to the most recent, and there's a bunch of conditionals in this line, so bear with me as we make sure we cook this chicken properly. We start with Shiv, Good Instincts, Master of Strategy, then we hook that heal, got the 2 strikes. And the next step here. All right, if one or more of the drawn cards were Survivor, Finesse, Good Instincts, Defend, Cloak and Dagger, or Backload, which, oh, it was Good Instincts, so sweet. Play the leftmost of the above mentioned cards. Oh god, it's a word puzzle. So that would be Good Instincts because that was the only one we drew. Then play 2 strikes. Use Secret Weapon to draw the second strike if needed. We got them both. Strike. Strike. End turn. Retain Hand of Greed. And next turn play Shiv and Hand of Greed. And with that, what do we get here? Panache, Secret Weapon, and Impatience. Or Panache and Secret Weapon off of? I forget what's coming from where anymore. Shiv, Bop, and Hand of Greed for that plus 25 gold. Hell yeah! We proceed, we celebrate. We kill the hearts. Or well, hit the heart. I hope we kill the heart. And then proceed to Act 4. I will jump in here. Upgrade the cards specified in the top voted comment below. Well laid plans. Easy win. So let's smith up well laid plans. Where are you? This is going to be just insane. I've seen what we can do with 1 retain. Enter the shop. So let's see what we got here. Hey, buddy, welcome. I always hate that this guy's quotes pop up right over the cards as you come in. Okay. Well, we can't afford a relic. Damn. But there are other options in front of us. I hope we make the best possible use, and I can't wait to hear what your recommendations are. So yeah, see you tomorrow.